Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The magic historian. My bones hurt. Greetings! Owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends, I hope the day finds you well. We are here today to talk about and open the brand new edition Dungeons & Dragons Welcome Booster from Magic the Gathering. And I just want to take a moment to let you know that available in the description below are links to get yourself some nice fine luxury cardboard rectangle card sleeves or a nice Magic Historian playmat. So, if you're not familiar with the idea behind the Welcome Boosters, Wizards is kind of revisiting an old concept. You may not have seen one of these before, but it is a sampler booster. This is meant to give you a taste of what Magic the Gathering is. Now, this is a really old one, so maybe we'll open this up in the future if you want to know what's in one of these. But for now, we're here to take a look at the Welcome Boosters that Wizards is giving out now to brand new people who are joining up to Magic the Gathering. That's the idea behind this. This is just like a nice taste of what you will get. Instead of having those intro decks, they used to have Magic Weekend where they would give tiny little 40-card decks or whatever, and now instead they have these Welcome Boosters. Now, the previous edition of the Welcome Booster actually included some pretty interesting cards, so I'm figuring that's probably going to be the case again here. And they also usually, or I shouldn't say usually since this is something new, but the previous one did have an arena code as well that gave you the cards online too. So I expect that at the back of this pack, this is probably going to be an arena code. Now, let's wait. Oh, whoa, they're throwing me for a loop. Okay. Oh, they've got like a little intro card. Welcome to the world of Magic. Your quest begins with these cards. And then you've got Silumgar, and he's actually playing Magic the Gathering. Or not Silumgar. Why? I'm picking a Magic name from, what was that? Hour of Devastation? No. Xanathar and Sylar? I forget the goldfish's name. He's playing Magic the Gathering with his goldfish. And look, there's a little tally board down here keeping score. That is a lot of fun. All right. Actually, this artwork was done by Ralph Horsley, and he actually has a video talking about it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, all right, so we're starting out. What do you get on the other side? Make new friends every Friday night. Your local game store has Magic events every Friday. See? I like that. Promoting the game stores is great. So, what do we have? We have, starting out, we've got a Baleful Beholder. So you get your first taste of the Monster Manual Pages style cards. 2 black and 4 for a 6/5. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Anti-Magic Cone. Each opponent sacrifices an enchantment. Fear Ray, creatures you control gain menace until end of turn. If this was my first encounter with Magic cards, I would be impressed by this, but I'm also biased because I love the old school D&D book pages. Then we've got a little Join the Magic community insert where Fibblethip is looking off to the heavens while, I don't know, a kind of annoyed store owner maybe is looking at him. Anyways, join the Magic community. Talk with your local store about your first purchase. They'll help you get started no matter how you want to play. All right, I do like that this is multiple stages of play at your game store. Then we've got Arcane Investigator. Oh, it's foil. Okay, cool. So they got a foil in here. 1 blue and 1 for a 2/1 elf wizard. Search the room. Pay 6 mana, roll a d20. 1 to 9, you get to draw a card. 10 to 20, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So it's a pretty straightforward card. It's an investigator. He's an arcane investigator. He searches the room with magic and finds the things. Pretty straightforward. Then we've got a dungeon map. This is doing a good job of giving the D&D flavor. So this is 3 mana for an artifact that taps for a colorless, or 3 and tap it, venture into the dungeon. And the flavor text says, wait, is that a secret door? I can't tell for sure. There's some blood in the way. All right, so, I mean, this is literally a map of a dungeon. Pretty straightforward. I guess maybe all the cards are D&D? Nope. Okay, there we go. In the previous packs, they had cards from different sets and things like that, so I was expecting some variation. So here's an introduction to a Planeswalker. This is Yangu! I love this guy. 1 green and 2 for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has tap, add 1 mana of any color, and -1, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. As far as planeswalkers go, this is a pretty weak one, but he's just got a lot of flavor and fun, and he's got his little dog buddy, so I dig it. Doesn't seem like a bad thing to include. The cards in this pack don't have to be expensive and powerful. In fact, if you put a bunch of expensive cards in these packs, they won't find their way into the hands of beginners, or beginners will get taken advantage of by people who've been playing the game for a while. I've seen it happen in a number of instances. So I think that these packs should be full of cards that are pretty exciting, but not ones that have a ton of value, just so that they will actually end up in beginners' hands, because I think we can all attest, or at least most of us can attest to the fact that when you start playing Magic, all the cards are exciting. I know when I started, I loved amazing cards and I loved terrible cards equally. Moving on. We've got, oh cool, Sunblast Angel. Interesting rare choice. 2 white and 4 for a 4/5 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, destroy all tapped creatures. And the flavor text says, there may exist powers even greater than Phyrexia. So this is from the world of Mirrodin, when they were having the Phyrexians trying to take over, and this is one of the angels that stood against this. It's a pretty intense angel, and this ability, where you destroy all tapped creatures, is going to feel amazing when you get it to go off. And I assume this means that they inserted into, yeah, this was in Commander, in one of the Commander decks. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, they include a dungeon. Do they include all 3 dungeons? So you got the Lost Mine of Phandelver. So on the back of it, you get a Goblin token. All right, never mind. We got another rare. Oh, this is another Commander one. Tyrant's Familiar. 2 red and 5 for a 5/5 flying haste dragon. Already liking it. It's got Lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, Tyrant's Familiar gets +2/+2 and has, whenever Tyrant's Familiar attacks, it deals 7 damage to target creature defending player controls. Wow. Flavor text says nothing escapes its gaze or its breath. All right, this is a pretty straightforward introduction in terms of bringing up the concept of commander. Someone will read this and be like, wait a minute, what's a commander? And then they can learn about the commander format. So a nice little teaser there. Overall, so far, I've got to say, pretty good. This is put together pretty well. The dragon looks nice breathing out that fire. Moving on, we got another dragon. This one's red-green. 1 red, 1 green, and 5 gets you Atarka the World Render. 6/4 dragon with flying and trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn. The flavor text says, her hunger knows no limit. Left unchecked, she would feast on all of Tarkir. That's pretty intense, man. This legendary dragon with a bottomless pit for a stomach who's, I shall eat the world. Actually, I can kind of identify with that now that I've put on the pounds. I too am I'd just be called World Eater. Let's do it. Anyways, this is another interesting include, and this one is from AFC. All right, I guess, did they put this in another commander deck? I guess they probably did. Moving on. Oh, we've got a class. Oh, it's a foil one. Cool. We got the Cleric class. 1 white to put out. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1. Pretty solid. Pay 4 mana to level it up to level 2. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And for 5 mana, it levels up to level 3. When this class becomes level 3, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain life equal to its toughness. These classes are very interesting. The way that they level up is like you gaining in abilities, which is pretty sweet. And the artwork looks awesome with this cleric holding his magical talisman that's keyed into his god, and it's blasting out holy magic that is obliterating. So, I mean, that is a little bit confusing. The artwork's being shown like turning undead, but there's literally no abilities on here that talk about turning undead. So that is a little bit bizarre, but it does give the concept of being a cleric, right? Then we've got download a redesigned character sheet. Snag a blank sheet or one that's filled out with an iconic Magic character. Meet your Magic party. Oh, that's a funky little idea. I had no idea they were doing that. Okay. So you can get character sheets specifically for playing Magic Dungeons & Dragons. I dig it. Embark on a new quest. Discover a totally free brand new D&D campaign. They're doing a good job of actually melding together D&D and Magic in terms of giving you lots of different options, because they do have a free Dungeons & Dragons campaign that you can play and get online. Then we've got, oh cool, it's foil. Foil Forest, there you go. Green is best color. So this is the forest that says, as the sun reaches its zenith on the day of the solstice, a castle shimmers into view on the hilltop, just as the ancient text predicted. I love this, man. This is like an adventure, right? You found in some ancient text that there's a castle that only appears during the solstice. You go to the right location and you can see it in the distance start to form. That is dope. And I like the fact that they give you a foil land in this pack. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the contents. And then we've got an arena code, which gives you the same contents, I think it says. Oh, no, it gives you a deck. Oh, you get a full-on deck. Critter Corpse. Critter Cores. All right, interesting. Okay, so that wraps up the entire pack, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the intro booster opening. Like I said, playmats and sleeves available in the description below. Big shout out to all my patrons for supporting my channel, and I'll see you, my friends, in the next video.